You can make money from making beats, recording, mixing, mastering, live sound recording or live sound mixing, uh, podcasts, editing, audio for film, for TV.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to YBI, where we discuss opinions and strategies on how to better your financial selves. We are here from the beach. Well, I am. My boys, what's going on?
Man, it's hot. It's hot in the Chi right now, so it's about feel like beach weather out here a little bit.
Yeah, find myself some shade, bro.
It's rare we hit 85, and well, I guess it's not rare no more. It's summertime, but feels nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we got going on today, man? I see another face.
We got an amazing guest in the building today. We got OBA Sound in the house. Alon Ray in the building. Music producer, engineer extraordinaire. My homie, my brother. What's good with you?
What's good? Thank you for the intro.
That's like he does intros, man. That's like he's the intro man.
Feel like I just came out on stage, the whole audience or something.
That cough came back and hit me.
We should have some. We need a clap track. We need a clap track in the background.
Oh, like, we just add that in post. Add that in the post.
All right, so let's hop right in. You know what I'm saying? So, Ray, tell us about yourself, brother.
For sure. I am Lon Ray, or Chef Lon Ray. I got so many names, but right now it's just Chef Lon Ray. Started doing music when I was in high school, mainly in high school. I went to Detroit School of Arts, then came out to Chicago, went to Columbia. That's where I met Roman. Recording, mixing there. Started learning a lot in school, in classes or whatever. And then picked up an internship at Classic Studios in Chicago. Went from there, and I'm working there now. And I engineer and produce out of there mainly. And yeah, that's mainly the background.
That's what's up. All right. So if you was to describe people, basically, what is music production? What goes into it, or basically what you do? What do you usually say?
I just tell people I'm the sound guy. I produce, I engineer. I do a little bit of film audio. So that's really why I say I'm the sound guy, but mainly producing and engineering. And people just be hitting me up for anything audio wise. So
anything with sound. Yeah, it's the same with me. They were like, can you do this? Can you do this? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, all right, sure.
It's kind of freelance a little bit.
Yep. Be things that you've never done. They'd be like, are you able to do this? I'll be like, I mean, I can do it. Can you pay me a little bit for it?
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So when you said that you went to Detroit School of Music or School of Arts?
Detroit School of Arts. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And then you went to Columbia. So what did you study when you went to those two places?
So in DSA, it's a high school, so it was only arts there. We had no sports, nothing. You had to come in and pick a major that you could do. So my major was music tech. So that's kind of what like got me into making beats. I was seeing all like the older kids making beats, and I was like, dang, this looks real cool. I want to do that too. So I was always watching them. I was learning from them, and in class too. And then I seen people recording songs, engineering. I was rapping at the time, so I was already recording myself, but I didn't really know I was engineering. I didn't even know that was like a thing or a job. I just knew people needed to record themselves. So that's kind of how I got into that too.
Same. I like hearing that from that perspective, because it's more like people, be like, okay, I want to be in the field, but I don't really necessarily want to be the person on the stage, but I want to make money from this, just to meet a bunch of people and be able to network. That's kind of how I settled being in like post too. It's like, I really don't want to be on the stage. I don't even want to deal with all that stuff, let alone am I actually really good enough to be like that 1% of artists that does kind of like break through, You can engineer for a bunch of people, but you can still get paid for the people that even that's not necessarily gonna make it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So I guess this is a question for the both of y'all, really. So what are the essential pieces of equipment that you guys need to be producer, to be good at your craft?
The dream.
Yeah,
Dream? That
a good mind, like an open mind, and maybe some talent. Like whether it's well, of course you need talent, but you're gonna need some talent to test out with. Like someone in your neighborhood that's rapping or singing or something. And a
Yeah,
computer most
a
of the time.
computer. Most times, all you need is really a
that's it.
computer. You can do
Like,
most of those.
nowadays,
I have a MacBook right here. I can be a music producer now.
if you want to,
I can
it's that
dream.
simple.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if we
Let's
talked
go.
about it during our intro to the music industry, but like there are, of course, like big labels who will if they hire a producer, especially like back in the day, it was someone who brought everybody together. They would bring musicians, they would bring the artists, they would bring songwriters. The label would be like, hey, I want you to work with Alicia Keys. I want you to produce a song for her. Like, okay, I'm gonna get a writer for her. I'm gonna get some musicians in there for her. I'm gonna get the engineer in there for her. The producer would get everybody together. And hip hop and EDM, of course, the producers, all the music and all the things are inside the box or inside the machine, which is why for a lot of times all you need is the laptop. All you need is a laptop with the plugins and the sound effects to get it done.
True. Let me actually specify, since now that you said that, as a producer and a beat maker. So I guess,
Yeah.
and some who do both. But yeah, I guess all you need is a laptop to make beats. I ain't gonna say to produce songs because it's definitely two different things, but a lot of people look at it as the same. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Got
Yeah.
you. So do you guys, like in terms of music production, are you guys the ones that's out here looking for talent? Is talent looking for you? I mean, or you guys go through the place that you work, are they finding you talent, or like how does that whole process work for you finding talent?
I think it goes both ways because, like, say if I'm working with someone, I'm working with an artist, producing, I'm engineering with them, and when they put their music out, someone else is gonna hear it. So say another artist likes it, they like, who mixed your song? Who produced this beat? They hit me up, and then I might be working with them now. So sometimes the artist looking for you, and sometimes I'm just randomly listening to music on SoundCloud or Spotify or wherever, and I'm just like, dang, this person is dope. Let me just hit them up, see if they want to work. So yeah, it goes both ways. Or if I'm at a show, which definitely hasn't been a thing for a minute, but if I'm at a show, I see people performing, or I'm just like, oh, this person is dope. I'll go walk up to them or try to figure out, their credentials afterwards, hit them up, and just go from there. So I'm always looking for people to work with, and I'm sure there's always people like looking for the engineer or producer to work with too.
True, especially someone that's actually dope and can cook up some hot stuff in the studio.
Yep.
Let's see. How did you decide that you wanted to get into this industry, into this field?
I didn't really. So in high school, I didn't really know what else I wanted to do. Like I was always around it, so I didn't really see there was anything else for me to do. So it was just do this, and I just kept doing it, and we're here now.
That's focus, though. Because you were around art, right then and there from high school. So that's being like, okay, like I'm doing this. This is what I got going on. I'm gonna make this happen no matter what.
Right. And it wasn't even like,
what
you say?
Go for it, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, it wasn't even like a no matter what type of thing. It was just I really didn't know what else to do. I was just like, this is fun. I'm gonna just keep doing this, and yeah.
I mean, it's working for you. You like doing what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
We've had several people come on that kind of said that they fell into that, and I'm seeing that more and more through a lot of the people that we have on the show that are just like, you know what, I'm good at it, I enjoy it. I was just like, I'm gonna just keep doing it and figure out how to make money from there. And I feel like that's one of the biggest moves in terms of being successful, because when you're happy in terms of what it is that you're doing, you're always going to be successful at the end of the day. So, what would you say are some of the misconceptions surrounding music production and music industry? Like, what are people thinking? Like, oh yeah, this is it, and it's actually not.
Um, One thing that I have noticed, like when I'm working with artists in the studio, everybody comes in and they just like, oh man, this is cool. This is a dope place. I want to be here all day. I can't wait to make music. Or people will book uh, people will book some time with you. It'll be like maybe 2 or 3 hours, and they say, I want to do like 6 songs in this amount of time. Can you do that? I'm just like, we can do that, but it's really just gonna depend on like how fast can you record, how fast can you get these ideas.
Yeah.
A lot of times people come in and they're like, we can knock a whole album out and uh, we can get it mixed and mastered and uploaded by Monday. Say it's a Friday, we're gonna upload it by Monday and it's gonna be on all streaming platforms. I'm just like, no, it's not that simple. It really takes time. Like you could do that. I don't know how great the quality will be, but it just is not that simple. I feel like a lot of people have that misconception about the music industry or just music in general because of how fast music comes out or how fast not how fast, but like how much music is out there right now.
Give you a little perspective. Ray, what's the longest amount of time you spent mixing a drum track? Or even just a snare?
Man, I hate mixing snares.
Hey, that's why I asked that question. Like, what's the what would you say your average, even your longest amount of time just mixing just that? Especially when somebody got a bad
If
one.
it's just like a drum track that's like to a whole beat, and I'm only working on the drums at the moment, maybe like 2 days, maybe like, you know, maybe 6 hours. I'm just taking like little increments of time at it.
Like when
You
people
get irritated, you know?
yeah, when people see like the screenshots from like the studio sessions and movies and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
people just hear people like click like one button. Like, it's not necessarily that. Like it's a lot of stuff that goes on and things in there. So it takes
yeah,
time, and people just expect to just you hit one plug-in and everything sounds better. And it's like that's not
exactly,
how it works.
exactly. Yeah, it's definitely not how it works. But well, depending on who you work with, over time, you can kind of explain that to them. I try to explain that to people before they even walk in the door because I hate setting myself up for like surprises. Well, surprises like that, I hate setting myself up because there's been times where I got an artist come to the studio and they get there and they're like, they spend like 3 hours recording, and then the last 10 minutes they're like, "Can you mix this?" And then I'm just like, "Yeah, you just got to book more time." And they're like, "But I just paid for all this time. You can't just mix this real quick." And I'm just like, "Nah, it does not work like that." So, um, also another thing is people, or some artists will be like, "We just paid for all this time, and you're not gonna mix our record." Like they think they're getting shorted, but I'm just like, that's just a whole another part of the job. Like
Yeah.
you have to
And
be compensated for that. So, like, yeah,
especially in the world of engineers, there's usually recording engineers, mixing engineers, and mastering engineers.
yeah,
You don't pay for all one in one session unless you maybe pay for an all day session or something like that.
yeah,
So yeah, a lot of people don't know. You got to inform the artist. The artist is most times the most least informed about the business or the industry. And a lot of times engineers end up having to explain the industry and kind of coach them
yeah.
because a lot of them don't know.
And most times, if they're serious about their music, they'll understand. Like you just have to show them in the most like polite way that you can. You know, you have to like hit them with the yo, you owe me this much.
You a
This
dummy.
much.
You a
Yeah, right. We can't never work together unless you give me this. Like honestly, if you just break it down to them, it'll be so simple. And if it's not, like it'll still be simple because you just don't have to worry about that person no more. Like just take it serious and hope that the next person does too.
Okay, cool. So, what sacrifices have you had to make financially because of the choices that you made to like get into music production?
Gear, definitely. Trying to finance a whole bunch of gear when you first start. You looking at the hottest things and you like low key don't even need them yet, but you just like feel like you need it. So that's one thing, trying to finance gear or just spending your whole check or just spending a whole bunch of money that you don't necessarily need to spend. And then just looking stupid like, damn, I just bought all this gear and I can't even pay my rent. Or another financial sacrifice was when I first started interning. Um, I didn't have like a job at the time, so when I first started, so I'm just like spending all this time at the studio. You know, my rent about to be due, and I ain't got no job, so I'm supposed to make money, and I'm interning. So trying to figure out a way to make money while you intern or while you do whatever you do that's not paying you yet was a sacrifice. But I'm pretty sure over time you figure it out,
Short-term loss leads to long-term gains.
right? You know, chances make champions. But, you know, you gotta take a chance on
Was
yourself.
the internship worth it at the end of the day?
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. You know, if you just focus on what you want, you should get it. You just really got to focus on it. I work at Classic Studios right now. Um, I've been working in like other studios remotely at home sometimes. It all just came from like not just interning, but just really like sacrificing time. So I definitely say it paid off, and it's still paying off. You know, I got so much more to go.
Yeah. You don't even know if you're going to networking and growing even more.
Right. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or what opportunity comes tomorrow. You know.
Let's see. Are there any regrets that you have about taking the path, about going down music production? Was there ever a day when you was like, man, this rent though, and I should have just worked at XYZ spot instead, or there's an easier route that I could have taken?
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely been those times. You become well for me. It's like you coming home super late on the train and the bus, and you just sitting there like, dang, just thinking to yourself like, man, I'm not making no money right now, and I could be making some money. Or um, sometimes you just think of quitting, and you just like, if I quit now, it's like all this time that I just put in is wasted.
Wasted.
So it's like you just gotta think of ways to make a way. Like if you really want to do something, you're gonna find a way to do it. So while I was interning, you know, I would try to bring um, some of the homies from some classes or just overtime that I've met. I try to bring them into town or just tell them to pull up at this time. It's late at night. I got the studio for some time. You trying to book some time, whatever it was, $15 an hour, $10 an hour, 30 an hour. You know, however I could get it, I was trying to get it, and even selling beats. Like um, I wasn't always a big fan of selling beats, so I would try to do that too sometimes. SoundCloud was a really big thing when I was in college. So sending that link out to everybody, link in bio, whatever, you know, however you can get it, just get it.
Can you go through the process of actually selling a beat?
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah. So, oh yeah, what are you saying?
no, go ahead.
Well, so everybody got a different process. I've had a few different processes over time. Um, Before, when I was selling beats, like in high school, college, I would just be posting beats, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, um, and people would just be like, "Yo, let me get a beat" or something, or just friends in school always ask me for a beat, and I just be like, "All right, I sell this beat to you for $20. I give it to you for $20." Sometimes it was in high school. I remember selling beats for $20. I didn't really know the value of beats. Like I was just like, I just made something, and this person wants it for $20. I'm like, dang, okay, I'm about to get $20. I make another beat. I'm gonna sell it for $20. I'm up like $100 by the end of the week because I'm selling beats. But over time, you learn that like, you know, music is worth way more than $20. Uh, right now, I don't really sell too many beats, but when I do sell beats, I use a contract most of the time, depending on who it is. I got a I got a music lawyer named Eddie Sanders. He's also in the city of Chicago. He helped me out with a contract, and it was just something I was able to send back and forth. If someone was interested in my production, I can I can like adjust how much I would want or whatever percentage I want on the back end, um, whether it's publishing or whatever.
So is it a
And
license? Is it like a full out like sync license or
not a sync license, but more so just like saying this is a piece of art that I've made. This like you can
yeah,
have this kind of like exclusively, this is yours. Just make sure that I get a percentage and make sure that I get an upfront fee. So whether it's $200 or $500 or whatever, I'll just like, I can edit it. So I can just be like, yo, this is how much I want upfront. And then when the song is released, you promise to give me this. And that's basically what the contract says. And
I'm happy you worked in royalties on it.
yeah, because a lot of times people just be like, I'll pay for this beat. And then you never see anything after that. I don't know if that song is gonna blow up or not.
Yeah.
If it does blow up, I want a piece of that because that's my work too.
Yeah.
I'm half of the song. And you as a producer, you deserve it. Like, don't let like that you don't, because you made it.
I've seen like a couple producers either do it exactly like that, or do like a smaller fee and then get percentages down the line, or just do like whatever, pay me 10 grand or whatever for the entire rights to the song, and I'll give it to you completely. So you kind of go, I guess, whatever route you feel like the artist is better for that situation. A lot of artists can't pay that 10 grand right out the bat, so they'll rather give you 500 and give you royalties down the line. So what's all the ways you and from your field that you can make money from?
In my field, you can make you can make money from making beats, recording, mixing, mastering, live sound recording or live sound mixing, podcasts, editing audio for film, for TV, random things. People will hit you up for so many random things. Audio, like, can you just turn this song into an MP3? Just random things. Like, maybe not so much on that, like converting files, but there's plenty of ways to make money in this, like, just audio industry, just music industry. You can be producing and managing artists at the same time. You can get a percentage of whatever artist you managing. Even if you're not, like doing a lot of managing, but you like kind of helping this person with their career. I'm trying to think. It's plenty of ways, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, you just named 6 or 7 streams of income, and not all those are one thing you could do at one time. Like from one artist, you could have made 7 streams just right to the narrow, just doing this one thing. So on this channel, we always talk about people doing they follow their dreams and goals and turning it into making them financially stable and wealthy. And like a lot of people see the music industry as a money trap. Like you go in there, you ain't gonna make no money, you're just gonna lose money, you ain't gonna be nothing. And it's like, no, there's so many ways to make money in this industry from so different sides. Even if you're a business head, you go entertainment law or you do contracts, things like that. I've had a couple artists in the studio who just even say, I can't really pay you an hourly, but I'll give you points on the song.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times you'll do that and you'll be like, okay, you may end up making.
Explain it.
So through your performance rights organizations, whether it's like ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI, or whichever one, or Sound Exchange, you basically every song is like a stock. You can get points on that song depending on who's in the room, from engineers, producers, artists, everything like that. And you can split that off at the session. And they give you like a split sheet, and you write on there like, Chef Lamre got 5 points from engineering or producing on this song. That way, on the back end, he gets 5% of the royalties that come in from that song. So it's another way to basically make passive income off your art. But yeah, they all pay out at different points. Some do quarterly, some do semi-annually. And you basically get paid out from there, and it just goes off all your plays, and it'll pull from whatever Spotify streams, album sales, plays. There's 2 sides of your publishing. There's the artist side and the like publishing side. So it just depends on what side you kind of fall on for where you pull your royalties from. But you could get both. As a producer, you could technically get both sides if you want to, and make money on both ends.
Yeah. And over time it adds up. Depending on, how the song is doing or whatever you worked on, however it's doing, it does add up. Like, there's been times I don't even really be thinking about it. Sometimes I'll get like a quarterly deposit from STEM or DistroKid, and as well as ASCAP. Not quarterly on ASCAP, but I won't even be thinking about it, and it just randomly it'll hit my account, or I have a check at my ASCAP checks go to my parents' crib. But
passive income.
It's passive income. Like I feel like the best thing to do is just work and don't even think about it. Like,
and let the money follow you.
yeah, like make sure you like getting settled right, but when it come, it's gonna come. Like I'm not up there, but what I'm getting right now is decent. Like I'm not complaining. So it's like let me just keep doing what I'm doing and let me get up there with the guys that I look up to, you know.
Hmm.
So who are the people in the field that you're like, man, I would love to work with that person?
Like artist wise or just like in general.
Both
Uh
artists and like on the production side.
Production side, I'm gonna do that first, just because I know kind of like off that. Um, for sure, for real. That's like one of the
The
all time
goats. Yeah.
Timbaland. Um, it's another producer named Sheezy. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with him. He's a Nigerian producer. Don Jazzy. What's the name? Hey, and I think it is his name.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
I mean, I would love to work with DJ Khaled, but that's not who I was talking about. But no, I would love to work with DJ Khaled. Who? Dang, I don't know why I can't think of bro name. He did a lot of Brandy earlier work. Um, man, I gotta look him up real quick because I can't not.
He's like, now I gotta know. He's like, no.
I know. I'll see. 1 second. It's gonna come to me. All right, well,
I
wow.
mean, at the end of the day, what distinguishes like somebody's sound? Like when somebody's playing, like if there's a new song, do you guys hear the difference in like this producer versus that producer? Or is it like does everybody have like a distinct sound that they have?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear Pharrell's art, not even when I hear Pharrell, but whenever I hear a song and like I can tell most of the times, like if it's one of my favorite producers who made the song. It was Dark Child. That's what I was talking about. That's what.
Dark Child.
But whenever I hear Dark Child's production, I don't even have to look at the credits. I just know this was a Dark Child, like something that he made. Or um, if I hear artists, sometimes with certain artists, I can already tell like that's their voice. Like whenever I hear Brandy, I just know it's her. I don't even have to know. I could never have heard the song or looked it up before. But I guess that just comes with just knowing like music. Well, not knowing music, but kind of studying your favorite
People.
people. Yeah, and yeah, just knowing what you like. I guess.
So what's your favorite part of everything that you do in terms of would you rather produce, would you rather make beats, would you rather, like what would you rather do?
Producing is my favorite, but even that can get tiring if I'm doing it every day. Um, I probably have to say like maybe sound designing and mixing because I can always take a break. Like if I'm doing something every day, constantly the same thing every day, I get tired. Even if I'm in the same spot every day, if I'm working at the crib every day, if I'm working at the studio every day for too long, I kind of got to take breaks. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna look for some film work to do, or I'm gonna look for some live work to do. So like just doing this every day is tiring. Of course, that's like with anything you do, it can get tiring. So I do like beats, like producing beats the most, just because I can really like get in my zone and just like really make whatever comes to my mind, and then I can step back from that and just chill and record every day, or I can take a break from that after I'm tired of listening to the same artist all the time and mix another artist, or just
Hop around. Keep yourself freshed up.
yeah,
Sounds like a good way to keep yourself motivated too.
yeah, definitely.
Is there any other things you do to kind of keep yourself motivated, just like to keep going on a path, or you like during like day-to-day work?
Yeah, I like watching other engineers work. So like I got a lot of engineer homies. So sometimes I just pull up on them and see what they're working on and just learn from them. They might be working with a new plugin or some new outboard gear or whatever it may be. Um, pull up on some producers, see what the new stuff that they using, just kind of getting a perception of different sounds, just learning from everyone that's around me. I like take that inspiration and then I either like figure out how I can incorporate that with what I'm doing, or it's just nice to take breaks from what everything I'm doing and see what other people doing, or just take a trip, go somewhere with some water, like, just take a trip somewhere quiet,
With your blind people in the pool, yeah.
For real, man. Sometimes you just got.
Hey, he's still there too. He's still there. So what advice would you give? Yeah, he's still there. He's killing it too.
Wow.
For everybody that's watching, I'm at the pool. There was a blind child in the pool, which I had never seen before, and he still had like his stick. Like I was aware that blind people could swim, but he had his stick in the pool. He's killing it right now. He's doing laps. He's doing a great job, and he hasn't hit anybody, nothing. So, what advice would you give your younger self when, if you're just looking back, like, hey, this is what you need to do if you're trying to get into music production, do it for real and commit to it, all that stuff?
For my younger self, I'd probably say focus even more, because like, although I'm focused at times, I feel like there's certain times where like you could be not necessarily doing more, but just making sure things are getting done in like a timely manner. So just like focusing on things, not pushing things to the side. We all get to a certain point where we just like, all right, I'm gonna do this later. I'm gonna come back to this. Just sticking it out. Just whatever you're doing, finish it, focus on it. You're gonna get to where you need to get to. You just gotta focus. Sometimes it may take longer if you lose that focus, but you're just gonna get there. And yeah, just focus. Find other outlets to keep doing what you're doing. Just if one thing doesn't work, find another way. If that doesn't work, find another way.
My man, Chef Lon Ray. Where can the people find you? Social media? How do people find you? We're gonna link it in the description below, but what's your preference?
Instagram, mainly on there the most, at Chef Lon Ray, CHEFLANRE. Twitter, it's Lon Ray, ITSLANRE, and it might be an underscore after that. I gotta check.
We'll find it.
Just type in Chef Lon Ray, you find me. Just Google Chef Lon Ray. You should find me. SoundCloud Chef Lon Ray. Yeah.
Bad. And if I don't know, also we're gonna be having some Chef Lon Ray also as part of our little intro tagline for a little bit here too, and we'll have that music down below for you guys as well, and start putting some other like new tracks just start showcasing some artist work on the channel too. So it'll be some good things coming out for the people.
Dope.
All right, well guys, as you already know, we may be young, we may be broke, but we are always investing. It was a good talk today with Chef Lon Ray. We got it going for you guys. I hope you guys like the content. Let us know what you think.
Thank you.
Well, I'll let y'all next time, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it. Peace.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to Young Broken Investing. We just want to let you know that these are the opinions of the hosts, are not meant to be the basis of any security purchases or investments. We're trying to give a little information out there for everybody, and have fun and be safe.